Hello everybody, my name is Chris and welcome to Temecula Valley Overlanding Adventures. This is a brand new channel. I'm very unexperienced with doing this stuff. A little bit of background, I am an electronics technician for the US Navy, have been for the last 20 and a half years. I'll be retiring within the year, so I'm almost done with my time in the Navy. So it's a little bit of a funny story about how I'm getting here right now. I've been dragging my feet about doing a YouTube for a little bit over 2 years, actually. I got GoPros, all that stuff, and never ended up using them because I know nothing about photography other than like taking pictures with at air shows and stuff like that, and next to nothing about video editing. So the whole idea of getting into that, I'll be honest, I've been following Trail Recon and Overlanding Adventures and Light Bright, Tremor Trails, Story Till Now, all that stuff for years now, and I just watched their production quality go up and up and up, and I'm like, how am I supposed to jump into this? I am such an amateur. So, I keep on telling myself I'm going to do it, and then I never do it. So this is me doing it now. This is me owning it. I hope you guys, I hope you guys have a little bit of patience with me and, give me a little bit of support. I hope to get better at this. But a little bit of background. I wanted to start doing this stuff, except in a camper van, transit to begin with, actually. So 2020 hit. I got a Chrysler Pacifica. Started driving for Uber to moonlight a little bit because money was a little bit hard back then for us. I have special needs children, both of my children, and my wife also sustained an injury while she was pregnant with my youngest. So had to do a little bit of extra work, do a little bit of extra things to try to keep us afloat. And, so the dreams of getting a Jeep Gladiator and decking it out on 40s and a 6-inch lift and, all the crazy stuff that you see like on Way of Life. That's stuff I wanted to do, but reality set in and I couldn't do it. So started earning an extra paycheck, working an extra 40 hours a week, while already doing the active duty stuff with a Chrysler Pacifica. I get off of my final sea duty in 2021, and I just take off for a month on a trip for 30 days around the lower 48 with the Pacifica. Decked it out as a camper van, stealth camping and all that stuff. I had a cooler, a cot in the back, everything, I lived out of this thing for 30 days and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Saw things that I never expected I would see, and it kind of made me feel a little bit good to, as a kind of a, I don't know, how do I put it? Reflection upon my service, I suppose. Gave me a good view of what I had been, protecting for, at the time, 18 years, I think it was. 17, 18 years. Anyways, I did that. Got back from the trip, and, I was just bitten by the bug of traveling. So, about a year later, load up the family into the same van, and we go on a 16-day trip. At this time, we had a 75-liter fridge, an IceCo VL75 Pro D, and then an EcoFlow Delta Max. And that took up a lot of room in the van for both of those things. My son has a G-tube, so we had to freeze a lot of his liquid foods that go through his G-tube. So having a fridge was paramount. So there was like no choice to that. We had a toolbox up on the top, and mean, it was a good trip. It was absolutely a good trip, but we are so cramped. I don't think anybody enjoyed the road miles very much, and I tend to do 500 plus miles a day whenever I do my traveling. So I have a little bit more endurance on the road than everybody else in my family. So at that point, same day we get back, we decide, all right, let's order a Ford Transit and convert it out to be a camper van. So that way we can actually go and do these trips and be a lot more comfortable while we're doing it. So it was summer 2022. I want to say it was, July 2022. And after several months of the order being in, and just, it became clear that Ford was not going to build this van. I've been on the forums, and there's a lot of people talking about how they were waiting 2 to 3 model years before they finally get their Transit in. And yeah, that just wasn't for me. So I started looking into alternative things I could do. There was a long time where I really wanted to have an F-150 again. I learned how to drive in a 95 OBS F-150, and I loved it. So I wanted to get an F-150 again. And so I go scouting the lots, and I found the truck I'm in right now. It was the only truck that the dealership had seen for a year or more that actually had pretty much all the features. We're talking about COVID years, right? So there's a lot of part shortages, and a lot of features were getting deleted out of the trucks if they were even getting built at all. So most of the trucks you would see in model year 2022 were like the XLTs or lower. So by luck, I found this Platinum, and it was a pre-order by somebody else, and that person was not able to secure funding. And I looked at this truck. I wasn't thinking off-road immediately with it, because who off-roads a Platinum, right? With 20-inch wheels? Yeah. Anyways, I knew nothing about the Power Boost hybrid powertrain. I just, I was like, okay, yeah, it might save me a little bit of gas, and my commute is 80 miles to Coronado. And for those of you not in the Navy, Coronado, California, I live up in Temecula Valley. So those of you not familiar with that commute, it's 80 miles for me. With an F-150, that adds up quite a bit. So yeah, I was driving around in this F-150, loving it, and the idea started jumping in my head that I wanted to do something. I wanted to go off-road, and I did a little bit of light off-roading with it at first in its stock form. I got a deck system in the back. I initially started out with a best top super top for the bed, and then I mounted the IceCo fridge I already had, and mounted the EcoFlow, and I loved it. Going to work every day, I had a fridge, have all my my food and my drinks already cold. That was awesome. And then I could go off-road with this truck. I mean, obviously with 20-inch wheels and 275 60 R20s for tires, that's not very good for off-roading, not much sidewall. Then I went with a buddy who has a Gladiator out onto a trail, and I earned the first pinstripes on this truck. And from there, I was like, okay, first trail damage sucks, okay, but now I could fully feel free to actually convert this thing into a proper off-roading vehicle and go out and have some adventures. And that's what I did. In this channel, I'll kind of break down the build. I'm still not done with my build. I'm just kind of broke right now. I did everything on this truck without any sponsorships or any freebies or any of that stuff. So anybody who's in the overlanding game, you know it's expensive. So yeah, I've been doing this for a couple years now. Truck has come a long ways. I've done a lot of adventures with it. I've captured some video, but you know, nothing that's really all that good for YouTube. So while I do some of these gear reviews that I'm planning on doing, I'm going to have to learn how I'm going to do some shooting. I don't have a drone, so that's probably something I need to get. I've gone off-roading with some friends of mine who have YouTubes. Shout out to Andrew Longrun. And he got some good photography of my truck through a drone while we were going off-road on Rouse Ridge. What was it? September of 2023, I think. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to do this. I just was too scared to do it. So here I am now. You know, if anybody has any suggestions, you know, put those in the comments. And I hope to get better at this. I hope to learn video editing. The goal to be, you know, somewhere in that same league as Trail Recon as far as video editing. Brad's videos are just... Brad, if you watch this, man, you're the man. Same with Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures. And here I am, just a humble guy, hoping to one day get to that kind of skill. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. As far as I know, as far as right now, this is the only YouTube channel in all of YouTube, and I've done a search, that has a channel based on the Ford F-150 Power Boost exclusively. I might get other vehicles in the future, but you know, right now the F-150 Power Boost is my main rig. And just like Brad doesn't want to get rid of his JK, I really don't want to ever get rid of this Power Boost. I love this truck, and the Pro Power on this truck is a game changer. I will talk more about that in a different video. However, yeah, this truck is amazing, and people are really sleeping on this this platform. And I think once the word gets out there just how versatile this platform is, you might start seeing a lot more overlanding vehicles based off of this platform. Anyways, thanks for welcoming me to the YouTube world. Please give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe, please. And turn on those notifications. And, you know, I'm going to try to pump out some videos. It's going to be a little bit less initially while I'm still active duty, but I'm hoping come next December or so, I will be able to pump out 1 or 2 videos a week for you guys. So anyways, everybody stay safe out there. Have a good one. Bye.